Not so Freudian here. Welcome back to Let's Play Magic the Gathering Arena. So, I'm going to just do some casual play today, I think. Try and get these set up. So, actually this is already set up for a black-red spell thing, so I don't think this is a very good deck. So, I'm just going to play and cast as many spells as I can, basically. Really? It really wants me to play this Brawl Bash Ogre, doesn't it? I got 4 out of, 13 starting cards. Let's drop Shock, because if he plays something I want to kill, I can do it. Or drop a Mountain so I can shock something if I want. It's definitely not worth using a card to get rid of half of a card, let me tell you. Alright, Doom to center. I will gladly absorb, there. Wow. Alright, so somebody spent a bunch of money to get their deck as, well, not as tuned as possible, but pretty darn tuned. Okay. I also don't know why I've been getting so mana screwed recently. Like even when I use the suggested mana, and then in these intro decks too. Oh, it was a +1/+1 counter. It wasn't just till end of turn. Crap. Yeah, I need another, Oh, that's an instant, huh? I'm just gonna go with the mono red deck, I think. Counts the same. Sure. Hopefully I'll draw land. Okay, that's good. Just paste him because he's going to do a lot of damage over time. it's getting dry out. Okay. Not a massive deal. I mean, you can hit him as well if you want. Five mana. I mistook which dragon this was. But 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer is not very good. Or I can pay 8 and have him do 3 damage as well. Whoopity freaking do. Okay. Of course, now if I could stop drawing lands, that would be great. So, okay. I believe... Yeah, I've drawn a land every single turn so far. Because I had 2, and then 2, 3, 4. Yep. Like, I don't understand what's going on with the randomization lately. It's like 2 updates ago, maybe? All of a sudden, mana was just... completely screwed over. Yeah, he didn't jumpstart this, so he's probably gonna burn one of them out. Okay, or that. I can drop that and drop him. He has flying now because I control a dragon. It's not a massive deal at the moment. Okay. Have I asked before how you choose, like, the background of the mat, like the play mat you play on? Or is it just assigned randomly every game? You can't cast anything to pump him, so I don't care much. But seriously, I would love to draw something to use my 8 mana on. Like another one of those Sparkton Dragons would actually be decent now. Because I can drop it, burn him in the face, or, you know, something in front of him. He would have to spend or play 2 things to pump him enough to... No, 3 things to pump him enough not to die here. 2 things to pump him enough not to die here. Okay. I don't know why I attacked with him. That was just a waste. waste of a card. What's this? Okay. Alright, have fun with your colorless mana. Do-do-do. Oh, he kicked it. No, didn't matter because he just would have burned him anyway. If this isn't direct damage, or a creature with haste or something, oh, that only does 2 damage, not 3, okay. Oh, he discarded a land with it, okay. So, 2. Okay, I win. Or not. I can't attack. Dang it. If he had attacked with all 3, I would have been able to kill him with the Sure Strike. If that's damage or a pump spell, I'm dead. May as well go there because he can get pumped indirectly by him using a instant or sorcery. He top decks a shock, I top deck a bunch of land. I drew like 2 creatures and that 1 pump spell. Was everything else land? Of course, now this time I'm gonna get no land. Just a bunch of 6-cost creatures. see what I mean? It's 100% feast or famine. If I start having to discard cards because I have too many cards and no land, I'm going to be really pissed. Okay. Start your creature. And now he can counter it. Is that like a weird neck brace? I don't think Dispel is in standard right now, is it? The 1 blue mana counter a instant. Dispel's counter an instant on a sorcery, right? I may be getting a couple of things mixed up. And now, because it's a mono red deck, I can't deal with anything with the toughness over 4. I can manage that with whatever that was in there. Problem is I need to save this to get the burn spell back. So I can't play it right now, because I can't block his... Unfortunately, I have to. Almost. Yeah. Well, at least that can kill that dragon. It's amazing. These might be the only 4 6 casting cost spells in the deck. And then that's lethal. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna look at this deck and see how many 6 cast cards there are. It's white or green, let's see. Oh, there's actually 7. 2 of the fiery finish. Okay, yeah, then I got 4 of the 7 in my hand there. 25 land? Why is there 25 land in this deck? And still, you know, didn't get enough there. Alright, so I need white and green. So, time to cast a bunch of spells. I mean, it's one thing if I build a deck and I get mana screwed, because I have a, slightly off composition of, the different colors, and so on. But for a mono red, there is an inexcusable number of, high casting cost cards and just way too much land. Because with mono red, you kind of have to kill your enemy before they can draw into those huge creatures who you just don't have the... you just don't have the direct damage to deal with. And other colors have more efficient power toughness ratios and everything. Now he just lightning strikes him, probably. Her. I can't quite tell. Not many people make ginger dudes, though. Yep. Unless if I had waited until I had 4 mana, he would have just, bolted it while I was doing that. And now I draw nothing but, enchantments. Okay, it's... The problem is I need to wait for him to tap out. And probably have the 6 mana. So I can drop that, get that. Although then, if he's just playing the red-blue intro, he'll have enough bounce to ruin the, whatchamacallit anyway. Is that a when you cast? No, it enters the battlefield, so we could bounce the cage, then do the draw discard thing again. And he's still got Essence Scatter mana up. But this looks like the intro, which I don't think has Essence Scatter in it. So the question is, has he, or no, I don't have the mana for that. Yeah, because I have to watch out for a Shivan Fire, which... it's 5 damage to a creature. Okay, he's out of blue mana, so... come on. Okay. Give me a land that comes into play untapped. Whatever, I just need to cast a spell. Now it gets burned because I couldn't protect it. Seriously, I've gotten 2 creatures. Whatever, least if he burns it, I get the 4/4 flying avatar. Oh, or you could do that. And this is why, in actual constructed events, nobody actually plays aura decks. Because you will always wind up with, auras and no creatures to put them on, or creatures that get removed before you can drop the aura on, or you put an aura on a creature and then they hit it with a, removal spell, which, wastes the creature and the aura, and so on and so forth. Like, there's occasionally a time or two, like with, say, Bogles, or the Glade Cover Scouts from Mirrodin. Like, it's why equipment was made, essentially. Was so you could, put, whatchamacallums. Like, so the thing you put onto the creature didn't disappear at the same time the creature did. Okay, I don't feel too bad about losing any of that. Excuse me. But yeah, like, with low-cost hexproof creatures, you can get around most removal. It's just like board wipes or forced sacrifice effects. Invisible Stalker, there were a couple of decks that put equipment or enchantments on him, because he was hexproof and unblockable, so you could really mess with your opponent that way. Or like Slippery Bogle, or even Glade Cover Scout. They're hexproof, so you can enchant them, and then unless the opponent can remove the enchantment itself. I had enough mana for this. I keep forgetting that he taps for mana. Maybe is Prey Upon in this deck? I don't remember. But if I draw a 1-mana fight spell, I can drop the Mammoth and have him fight Kumena. Okay. He doesn't have green mana available. And he doesn't have enough untapped creatures. If he has a 1-mana bounce, but I don't think any of those exist in this set, or these sets. Alright, that's game. Yeah, that one, I'm just gonna go with the white deck. But yeah, that's like ramp spell, or ramp deck, with no removal, basically. So unless you go, turn 1, Llanowar, turn 2, hey, get the extra land for that one dude, turn 3, you've got enough mana to really... Yeah, and then get lucky enough to draw one of the 2, hey, your creature fights their creature spells. Any moderately tuned deck will just go straight through it. Oh. Okay. Just wondering if my connection dropped. Drawing a land didn't help there. Means I can get the Sarah Angel at least. Yeah, this might be the most likely to win intro deck. Out of all of them, I don't enjoy playing it much. That's why I use the red-blue one. Is this going to be another one of those days? Do. Oh. Starground Stag. Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like an elk trumpeting. I did not realize it was actually an elk creature. I thought it was a caribou. Or something. I guess I never really thought about it. Alright, I have drawn a land every single turn again. Every single turn. I started with 2 or 3. Then, I started with 4, and then these 2. And now I've drawn... Yeah, because, I've got a total of 3 things here. 2 things on the board. Not a single thing in my graveyard or exile. Okay, so I can destroy one of them, and I get a slightly better return on investment than just, hitting a 1 mana 1 or 2/2. Okay, great. What the hell? Six draws, six land. And, I mean, not like having this much earlier would have helped a lot. Okay. Now watch me never draw another land. Just because it would be hilarious if he was not paying attention and blocks with both of them, and if not, I gain a life and he loses a life, essentially. Alright. That might be the mono red deck from earlier. And if it is, and he hasn't modified it, you'll see, like, you know, once I get both of these out and he just doesn't have stuff to kill 4 toughness creatures. Okay, he modified it. I don't care about using luminous bonds on any of what he has. Just because I can, basically. If he doesn't want to attack, I will gladly just, you know, bleed him one hit by one hit. I just need to get rid of that gutter snipe somehow. So otherwise he can just, you know, hit me and my creatures with small. Oh, okay, he can't kill either of my creatures with that. At least. Okay, Oh, that's a dinosaur, huh? Yeah, I mean, I need more than 3 land for it. Although if he pays 5 and then drops a dragon, that would work out okay, because I can Luminous Bonds it, and he won't have any way of getting rid of an enchantment. Okay. Or I can 2-for-1 him by keeping that dude from... Oh, he didn't want me double blocking, but... Come on, shock, shock, shock. Or use that. That's fine too. Come on. Sack him and burn me. Sack him and burn me. Yes. Well, if he has a shock, then she's dead anyway, but hey. Oh, okay, or I could just take vengeance on him. That was a great time to draw the, take vengeance. I'm guessing he's got, oh, come on. A 5-cost or 6-cost dragon there. Okay, that works. But now I basically have to just dash before he can draw more instants and sorceries that are just gonna, start doing 4 damage plus, like, if he lightning strikes me, that's 7 damage for 2 mana. Were there Shivan dragons in that intro deck? Seems like when they bring back Sarah Angels, they bring back Shivan dragons a lot. Because they're both kind of the iconic card from Alpha from, each of the two. Thought I saw that you could squish the bugs. If he wants to waste a card, letting his Gutter Snap survive, that's fine. Yeah. The problem is the 4 damage that does. Oh yeah, I was at 17. I don't know why the math threw me off so much. Because none of them are very strong. Like, okay. The problem is, he would kill me before I killed him, basically. I mean, like, from, the time I play at work and everything. Just the sheer number of times that it turns out like this, where we're both just completely mana screwed. Or we both have like 12 lands on the board and nothing else, and we're just drawing land, dropping land, drawing land, dropping land late into the game. It's insane. Okay. It's not like I have a way to bring it back. Okay. Block there. Block there. Tactical advantage. There. That means I survive. If he draws any... Or wait, no, I'm just dead because... Yeah, if he draws any burn spell or haste giver, I just die. Or, like, haste creature, I just die. Yep. Or wait, no. Now we can attack with both of them. I guess I just bind him for the moment. And then just work on getting health back. Hopefully I draw another land and I can get the Spiritual Guardian out. Like a shock wins it for him because, 2 damage to me, 2 damage from the gutter snipe. There we go. Alright, now he probably just won't be able to draw enough, fast enough. To overcome my life gain. Big furry deal. We're both at 5, but then I gain. Unless he has another... Or wait, he can't pump it by 3 because that costs 2 mana. Okay, good. Blah. I did a good game. Alright, well that's a way to go out. Both of us. I mean, I guess he had all cheap stuff anyway. So, it was all just... I didn't have anything worth using that Act of Treason on because I think he was holding it forever. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you would. I will see you guys next time.